These are the adventures of a temporarily out of work wife and mother, and this is Weekend Reset number 15. I know, it's been a while. Well, I was down for a little minute, so I hadn't had the opportunity to do what I usually do. And now that I'm back up and at 'em, I figured I'd give y'all a video. Now, on this particular Sunday morning, Lovey decided she would escape her crate and run all around my downstairs, looking for trouble that she could get in. At one point, she came all the way upstairs, which is when we discovered that she'd escaped. She was initially tied to the door because she had been cutting a fool because it was storming outside, and she decided that she was not going to listen. So, here I come. As you see, she is patiently waiting to see if somebody's actually going to come and secure her in this crate, and if not, she just gonna keep on doing the fool. I was not happy. Go! Get in that crate! Get in that crate! Get your behind in that crate. So naughty. So I began my efforts the way I begin most days, lighting a candle, getting shelter straight, and then getting them little rascals fed and taken out. Because Lovey decided she was going to completely destroy her mat, I didn't return them back to the crate. I actually tied them on the doors in the kitchen until I was able to get that cleaned out, which you'll see in a little while. Now, usually, one of the things that I do is I record using one device and stitch the videos together and kind of make the things look more succinct. But this time, you're going to get it in real life action in the actual order that it all transpired. That's not your food. Get your ass. And per usual, Lovey tried to steal Gemini's food as if she didn't have her own. What I did on this occasion was I set up multiple devices and I even used my kitchen cam. And it's a good thing I did because I lost some of the footage. I have no idea what TT was doing, but it literally deleted a whole video. Actually, it deleted two. Y'all gonna have to fix that, TikTok. Anywho, my goal was for you all to see just how many things I do at the same time. I take multitasking to a whole new level. Like right now, the dogs are out here. I'm keeping an eye on them. They're on the tether. And I'm also shaking out these mats because I intend to get them washed. And then I'm securing them in the kitchen because, like I said, I need to clean out the crates. I'm also on a strict eating and medication regimen. So I need to get some food in my belly. So I decided to do some good old fashioned oatmeal. And while that's being prepared, I'm also going to meal prep breakfast food and lunch food and dinner, even though it's still morning time. So, to save money and ensure that my family's able to have a healthy breakfast, I'm doing eggs and muffin pans. I'm doing sausage patties in the oven. And my baby girl is making homemade biscuits. So they can basically pop those in the microwave and heat them up, and they have breakfast sandwiches. They also have yogurt and all the ingredients to make parfaits. And I'm going to take some leftover rotisserie chicken and the leftovers from dinner tonight to make chicken salad that they can make croissant sandwiches with for lunch. Since my sunshine is doing basketball and he definitely needs to make sure that he's eating enough to fuel his body for workouts after school, I've been really intentional about making sure that he has something for both breakfast and lunch, as well as some healthy snacks without doing a whole bunch of ordering out or eating out. I don't know when since they started making lunch 20 minutes for high school students, but that is not enough time for them to get in line, select their food, get the food, sit down and eat the food, and actually enjoy the meal, taking their time chewing and doing all of the things that encourage good digestive health. So my sunshine is having to take his food to school. And then they have the audacity not to have microwaves so that the children can bring hot food that they can heat up. The gall. Do your children's school offer microwaves so that their kids can heat up their food? Is your kid's school having lunch for 20 minutes? Let me know in the comments. So, one of the things that I have started doing again is making my daily to do list, ironing out all of the things that need to be accomplished and checking them off as I go, which helps me to feel accomplished, kind of keeps me on track for the day. And when I'm unable to complete all of the tasks, I at least know what I need to carry over for the next day, in addition to my new tasks. And I kind of have a morning routine and an evening routine where the same things kind of have to occur. And so this is me literally just planning this all out, making sure that I have all of my routine items written down, as well as the items that I kind of need to work on over time to ensure that I get certain things accomplished, like working on my book, my outline for bedtime stories, and anything that I might have planned for content creation and so on. The list of things that I needed to accomplish on this particular weekend was so long that it ended up going over into the Monday. So what I decided to do was make a part one and a part two, and I'm not sure. There might even be a part three of this weekend reset. So we'll see. Now for Sunday dinner, we're doing a roasted chicken, a baked macaroni and cheese, and some seasonal vegetables. That way I can use what's left of the baked chicken for the chicken salad. So for the eggs in the muffin pan, I just use a little lemon pepper seasoning, a little salt, and some cheese. And for my sausage, I'm using the Italian turkey sausage ground and making my own patties and putting all of it in the oven. And it comes out perfect in less than 15 minutes. I lost the footage of me actually doing the eggs from this camera, but I did insert what I could from the backup camera. And this is what it looked like midway along that process. And I'll show you what it looked like when the eggs and the sausage were both done. But I was doing a lot of multitasking. So while it was cooking, I was going back and forth between the dishes and cleaning the counters and so on and so forth. This is me just flipping that sausage. And my daughter said that it was too done, but it was good either way. And then this is her in her process of actually making the homemade biscuits. Before really getting into the cleaning, I decided to go ahead and prep my dinner stuff so that I wouldn't run out of energy when it was time to make the meal. It would be one thing to run out of energy midway through the cleaning process. I could leave that stuff and come back to it the next day. But the last thing I wanted to do was run out of energy and then not have the energy to cook and then end up having to order something out because we are on a serious budget. So I am roasting a chicken, and one of the things that I have done for a very long time is I always remove the spine from the chicken first. For one thing, it cooks better, it cooks faster, and your chicken ends up being a lot juicier if you remove the spine. For whatever reason, the spine kind of blocks the heat from getting through the chicken, evenly or consistently. And so by removing it, you're actually able to roast the chicken a lot quicker. I typically will marinate my chicken, but this time I just decided to season it really well and it came out really good. Now, typically I do not rinse my chicken with dishes in the sink, but I knew for a fact that those dishes were going to be cleaned completely and properly, and neither I nor my family was worried about it. We did not get salmonella poisoning. Nobody is sick. This is my food. If you have an issue with it, guess what? I did not invite you over for dinner. Now, what I also did was I thoroughly cleaned my chicken. You don't have to clean your chicken, but I cleaned my chicken because I don't want all of the guts and I don't want all of the slime. I don't want that yellow stuff on my drumsticks. I don't want the random feathers. I really would prefer not to have any of that in my food. So I thoroughly clean it with my white distilled vinegar and some hot water. I let it soak in that solution. And then I clean up behind myself very, very well. I clean the counter, I clean the sink, I cleaned all the dishes. But anyway, I digress. I also started prepping the rotisserie chicken that was left over for my chicken salad. So I just tore all of that up by hand and set that aside. And then the extensive cleaning began. Stay tuned for part two.